Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program, with Gary Papa, meteorologist Cecily Tynan, and Jim Gardner.
Monday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is a dramatic cool down and the prospect of some nasty weather later in the week. We have the latest information from AccuWeather and meteorologist Adam Joseph. Adam?
And Jim, we have to face the fact it is still February and snow and cold will still be in the forecast, but let's just reminisce a little bit longer of how warm it was today. We had a couple of record high temperatures, one in Allentown, 66 degrees, breaking the old record in 1981, and Wilmington made it up to 72 degrees, breaking the old record set in 1981. But temperatures have been tumbling. Our high in Philadelphia was at 2 o'clock this afternoon at 66 degrees. 4 o'clock, the front came through, dropped to 59. Then by 6:45, that's a 21-degree drop in 4 hours. And now we are sitting around 42 degrees. All right, the first front is off the coast. You can see 40s and 50s along the coast, and where we were in the 60s and 70s today, but a second shot of cold air, another Arctic boundary with temperatures in the single digits, if not below zero in Bismarck, North Dakota right now, and that weather will be pulling in here, warming some, but setting the stage for the next few days for it to be brisk, chilly, below normal temperatures, and 2 shots of wintry weather to come in. We'll talk about when the prospects are for that snow and possibly a nasty wintry mix a little bit later on in the week. We'll spell it all out for you, Jim, when I step back inside with the full AccuWeather forecast.
Okay, Adam, we want to show you video of Prattville, Alabama, one of several southeastern towns to be hit by tornadoes last night and this morning. This was the hardest hit area, and while there were no fatalities, 29 people were hurt in 200 homes and dozens of businesses were damaged or destroyed. Tornadoes also touched down in Florida, Georgia, and in Greene County, North Carolina.
The screen door just went like that. Next thing I know, it sounded like a big old train, woo, and then the house started moving.
The tornadoes were caused by the same weather system responsible for our dramatic drop in temperatures tonight. In Philadelphia, the driver of a pickup truck may face charges after a crash that killed a homeless man and a Good Samaritan overnight. It happened at 2 o'clock this morning on the eastbound Vine Street Expressway near Broad Street. Police say 55-year-old Joseph Kelly of Levittown pulled over to help a homeless man. The man was riding his wheelchair on the expressway. As Kelly tried to get the man to safety, a pickup truck hit both of them, killing them instantly. Kelly leaves behind 2 sons, a daughter, and 7 grandchildren. This is exclusive video of 17-year-old Zahir Johnson being led into Philadelphia Police Headquarters early this morning. Johnson has been charged with attempted murder in the shooting of a Philadelphia Housing Authority officer last night in Germantown. 49-year-old officer Craig Kelly is recovering from a bullet wound to the hip. Police say Johnson will be tried as an adult. A post-9/11 notion of security is finally coming to Amtrak, and its effects will definitely be felt in Philadelphia. Action News reporter Dan Quayer is live at 30th Street Station with that story tonight. Dan?
Well, Jim, as you know, Amtrak, unlike the airlines, has had very little increase in security since the 9/11 terrorist attacks. And that has been a plus for those trying to avoid the hassles of traveling through the airport security. That is going to change tomorrow, although Amtrak officials insist it will not slow the flow of passengers.
Please, we're now boarding Southwest Airways 3, train number 158.
On-time performance, Amtrak officials say, has been a key element of its success in the Northeast Corridor between Washington and Boston. And they insist that will not change when a major new security plan goes into play tomorrow. The plan, which draws heavily on measures already used by NYPD in New York City subways, will include random screening of carry-on bags, officers with automatic weapons, and bomb-sniffing dogs patrolling the platforms and trains.
I think I would feel a lot safer if, in fact, you had the bomb-sniffing dogs and police officers more present. Absolutely.
Concern about Amtrak security has been mounting since the 2004 bombings of commuter trains in Madrid that killed 191 people, the 2005 bombings in London that killed 52 people, and in India where 200 people were killed in bombings in 2006. The new mobile security teams will show up at stations unannounced and will randomly pull people out of line to inspect their bags. Anyone who refuses will not be allowed to board.
I mean, it's a little intimidating, but I mean, overall, you know, we have crazy people out here, so we gotta feel safe.
I think that it's good that we're increasing security. However, I can understand that it could be a hassle to some passengers to have to be searched.
just going around with machine guns, people's not going to want to come here now because they'll think it's some war zone.
I think it's good. I think any measures that they can take to make the people safe, it's good for everyone.
By the way, these measures were not prompted by a specific threat. Amtrak says it was just the correct step to take at this time. We're live here at 30th Street Station. I'm Dan Cuellar, Channel 6, Action News.
All right, Dan, thank you. A 10-year-old boy took himself to the emergency room at Pennsylvania Hospital in Philadelphia tonight and said he had been abducted earlier in the day. The boy told police that several men in a van grabbed him near his home at 23rd and Carpenter. He says they drove him to 3rd and Oregon and then tied him up to a pole. A passerby freed the boy. The 10-year-old says he took a bus to the hospital in Center City. Doctors say he does have some injuries. Following last night's joyous independence rally in Pristina, the United States today recognized Kosovo as a sovereign nation, and France, Britain, and Germany will follow suit. The leader of Serbia denounced the breaking away of Kosovo, but discounted the possibility of using military to take it back. Results are beginning to trickle in the wake of today's parliamentary elections in Pakistan, and early indications are that opposition parties are doing extremely well. Even though this is not a presidential vote, the political future of Pervez Musharraf